Welcome to ITSY 2443. We're going to go over a few things that we need to be ready for so we can get ready for course. One of the things we're going to look at is our DIT Information Technology Department. These little gray squares here is called a module. So in the first module we're going to look at is degree plans, career hub information, transferring information, counseling, advising. If you need help with tutoring in any DIT course or any course in general, they should go through this link here to get help with any course you have with HCC. They'll get you set up with a tutor. Office 365 and subsequent versions thereof will be found here, and you'll be able to download and install a few versions or a few licenses. You get a few licenses you can install and download for each computer. Next thing we want to take a look at real quick is the Welcome to Class module. If you need help uploading, downloading, or using Canvas, how do you respond to discussions? How do you use this? How do you deal with that? You're going to go to Canvas orientation, a few short videos, walk you through a few things, give you a refresher if you need it. And if you're looking for the book, you'll find it in the syllabus. It's also the 5th edition of the Digital Forensics book. It's this yellow and blue guy right here. And you'll find the ISBN both here and in your syllabus. So for the syllabus, you'll find that link right here under the syllabus. And on the side again, under syllabus, right there. All right, so now that we've got that out of the way, let's go and say you've got the book, it's used, but it doesn't have a disc. It's got a DVD in it that's going to need for the labs and the assignments. Go to the DVD material from the book link, go to the Google Drive link. On the Google Drive link, we're looking for the first ITSY or ICD image from the publisher, ITDF 2343, 5th edition, and we're looking at all the software you'll need for this course. Chapter 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 16 is not used, but the rest of the chapters are, and you'll need the software to analyze these course files or court evidence files. Names and stuff have been changed, so you can see how the process works from start to finish as we move along through the course. Passmark, Technology Pathways, WinHex, and X-Ways. First, we're going to look at Technology Pathways. ProDiscover offers both x86 and x64, so you'll need to know which version OS you install, which we'll do in a later video when it comes time to talk about virtualization. Speaking of virtualization, the next thing we're going to take a look at now is how to access virtualization software. In this course in HCC, we make use of VMware, and we get that through our Kavuto DreamSpark login link right here, which will open up this window. And all you'll need to do is sign in with the username and password you should have already. If you don't, you'll need to register for one, enter in the information as it comes up. And as far as what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this right now. I'm going to go ahead and log in. There we go. So now what we're seeing right now is that there will be no Microsoft software here anymore. You'll go to the Microsoft software for students. That changed back in 2019. We'll get to that here in just a second. What we're going to take a look at first is VMware. So once you have access to this site, you have VMware Player and Workstation Pro. You get a license for a year on either. Player is free, so you don't technically need a license for it. But if you have a Windows machine, you're looking at Workstation and Player. If you have a Mac or Linux machine, actually Linux recently updated so they can use Workstation 15. If you have a Linux machine, you'll use Workstation 15 or Player. If you have a Mac, you will use VMware Fusion. Okay, so for these software, you'll need a license. Once you click through and buy it and install it, you'll go through, say, I want to buy it. I've already bought it, so I can't buy it again, but if I wanted to, I'd get the Linux one, add it to cart. Yes, yes, yes. There it is. It's free. And there's the software. So I've already gotten this one. I can't get it again, my Windows one. But I could get the Linux one, and then I basically check out, and you'll be able to see the license once you finish the checkout. So for those of you that don't have or cannot get access to that Kavuto software store or the DreamSpark software store, actually we do need to go back to it so we can talk about Microsoft. Microsoft software students will take us to Azure for Education. Azureforeducation.microsoft.com. You'll sign in with your HCC sign in. Oh, that's right. Password changed recently. And inside Azure, once you go through the verification process, you'll see the software store for Windows 10, or actually we want to stick with Windows 10. So Windows 10 is what we want to use there. So once we've gone over the book, the DVD material for the book, we'll need to install and get VMware working on our laptop desktop, which we'll do in this next video coming up. But for right now, I want to welcome you to Forensics. We've got some great information that's here in our news, reports, and guides and miscellaneous. It's a lot of information here, but you can take a look at all of them. And we'll get to module 1, which has got a lot of great information in here. It's chapter 1, and we've got some information regarding the lab itself is in hands-on project 1-1 to 1-3. These are files you're free to download, install, take a look at. Here's a link to a forensic files and explains how hard drives access information. Technically, it shows you a floppy drive, but hard drives work the same way till you get to solid state devices. But it's important to understand the history and how it works, because the floppy drive, CDs, DVDs, and hard drives, as long as they're the platter type, all are written the same manner. Hands-on project 1-1 through 1-6, that's going to be in your book. For this one here, you will take steps and screenshots of your steps that you have utilized to get from project 1-1 all the way through 1-6. So as you go through that, take screenshots. It's a great reminder of for you how to do it, and it proves to me that you did it as well. Once you finish that, that is due at the due date that you'll see, and what will happen is you will upload your assignment appropriately. It can be a Word document. It can be in several pictures. It's easier if it's in one Word document because you don't have to upload several things at one time. So that's what we have for that. Stay tuned for the next video. We'll have more information for you regarding everything that's going to happen in this course. And the next thing we're going to talk about is installing and VMware issues you may run into and the different types of virtualization.